Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back to a new video. I got something pretty cool to show you and thought I'll tag you along. Now, back on the Patreon server, my old one, we kind of wiping the server like straight after the time of recording this video. I made a custom mission, well I'll call it like a quest that I made the Patreons go on. And this is what it was called, A Neural's Life of Color. And this is the rules that they had to follow, this is what they had to do. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to take you through what I made for them to do. It's kind of like a puzzle. It's a lot like what Cap did during his escape room that he made quite a while ago. I don't remember when he did it. But it's a lot like that. So I kind of got some inspiration from him as well to do something like this. So thank you, Cap. Appreciate it. But this is what it says. Follow the road left of Direwood Fort. Go into the Creaky Cave. Now, those who played on the server, they know exactly what that is. That is my base. And some of the rules is close every door behind you, don't share secret locations, bring coins with you, and only take one brush at the end. Don't try to break your way through, bring food and drink. So that was the rules to do that thing. And everyone seemed to follow the rules pretty well, so that's great. Thank you guys for doing that. And this is the town of Direwood. This is where I sold things from the creator menu, and players really liked it. They bought a bunch of things from there. That is why you saw in the server tour video, there were some creative things there in some people's bases. And then we got a wanted board here as well. But I'm going to take you guys on this mission right here. So follow the road left of Direwood Fort, which is just up there. And I really like this. It really has changed my way of playing this game. I love it. It's so awesome, and I'm going to do so much more in the next Patreon server. I'm going to have missions to do a whole lot of things. The Creaky Caves up this side is my base. And the reward for this mission is that you get a dev paintbrush. Now if you don't know, the dev paintbrush actually has unlimited paint. So if someone can complete this thing, then they get a paintbrush that has unlimited paint, and that's really handy. At least I think so. So if you follow this pathway all the way up to the cave, which is in the mountain over there, you'll see. Okay, here we go. Direwood Creaky Cave. In we go. And I actually watched a lot of people go and do this. I was like kind of inside the walls watching them. I know it's pretty creepy. I do that sometimes. And everyone seemed to looted this fireplace. I don't know why they did that, but they did anyway. I guess it's yeah, I don't know why they did that. It's quite funny. So you come down, yeah, I have decorated this entire thing. I've made this from scratch, guys. This is my personal cave. RJay didn't really help me. She was kind of busy at the time, so I did this entire thing by myself. It was done in one night, so it was kind of all put together really quickly. But I've kind of made some decoration. I put some flora, some bushes, and I put these cave things on the roof, so it kind of makes it look like a cave. Made some water, basically just trying to make it look like a really nice cave, not just like someone dug it out. And then you go down into the cave, and then there's a couple of paths you can take. That one goes down to the actual mission, and this one leads off to another, I would call it a Easter egg of the server, because it says here, Shoe Thief Cave. Now if you saw that sign back in Direwood, it says shoes missing. Yeah, so that kind of leads up to this. The shoe thief kind of stays here, you know, like a mission. Think of it like Elder Scrolls and Oblivion, things like that. Missions like that. Stories that kind of tell themselves. And then that just leads off into nowhere. This goes down. I like this section quite a bit. Did a lot of work on this cave, guys. And here you come to your very first clue. What is bright is right. For some reason, a lot of people got this wrong, and they couldn't really find it, but I thought it was quite clear. It's quite funny. It's really funny watching these guys. I actually recorded some of them, but the recording got corrupted, so I couldn't show you guys. But yeah, basically follow the candles, it goes into there, but a lot of people went this way for some reason. I guess that distracted them. I try to make it look like it's part of my castle above, you know, so it's like you're kind of underneath it. A lot of people went around this side, they went through here. This leads nowhere, really. And funny enough, a lot of people found this door. I have no idea why they did that. I try to hide it the best I can, but I put a door here. This door you'll see later, it kind of works into the entire mission. But yeah, that's... I don't know why people found that. You're supposed to go this way. Through this, what is bright is right. You go through, and super bright. And here you come to your first puzzle that you have to come across. And so many people got stuck here. I don't understand, because to me it's quite simple. But obviously I can tell you guys now simply because everyone's done it now and the server's going to be wiped. The code to that door, you have to figure it out among all these signs. The code is in this room. It is LDB. I've put spaces in between the actual name and the first letter of each name. That's the code. And I even put it here, backwards. LDB. So, yeah, I don't know, a lot of people got stuck here. That's the code to that door. And then you go into the next puzzle. Shut the door. A lot of people did that. That was great. The elders. And I kind of confused them and I put the death, how they died, right? That had nothing to do with the puzzle. And I think some people read this as coordinates and they went and explored some parts of the land I've never been to before. Died of a common cold. By combat. So, it even says on the wall here, always remember the dead, remember the names. So the mission here is just to remember Advar, Anural, Arthas, and Vault. I took these names from World of Warcraft and these from Elder Scrolls. The names that are on the tombs there. And that's all you had to do. You had to write these down and remember them for the next puzzle because you're going to need those. And then you go up the stairs here. And now, basically, you're inside my base. This is my base. This is my castle that you're on underneath. You guys can see. It's like right underneath. And I thought that was a really cool idea. It kind of gave players like, oh, hey, cool. You know, we're walking around an RJay in Mr. Rich's castle. Find the coordinates hidden in one of the rooms upstairs. Now, most of the people got this one right. So that was good. Go upstairs. RJ's secret room storage. The code's there, but I'll show you what's this side. RJ's secret room. There you go. I know it can be pretty weird, okay? Just don't worry. Don't worry. That just kind of distracted people. Also kind of made people feel like, oh, hey, we actually are in Mr. Rich's castle. Check at that. RJ's got her own room. Secret room. And then you go to the abandoned mine. If you guys watched the streams, we actually had a mine here really early on in the streams on the server. And we abandoned it simply because it was kind of making the base fall apart. So that's why it's the abandoned mine. But a lot of people thought this had to do with the puzzle. But that was the idea. I wanted people to try find out, well, what's this got to do with the puzzle when it had nothing to do with it. Just a random sign. But yeah, if you guys watch the streams, you would know what that is. And then that's just a storage room. And then the coordinates are over here. Hidden behind the barrels. I thought it was fairly simple. I'm going to make it a lot more complicated next time I do something like this. So, people had to write down those coordinates and go to those coordinates for the next part of the puzzle. And those coordinates lead all the way onto like an island this side. See, I tried my best to make it feel like an Elder Scrolls mission. Like a Skyrim mission, you know, those type of missions. I like those missions. And I am a big fan of the castle era and magical beings and whatnot and all that stuff. And this is the way out. Don't go here if you're not done your way out. A lot of people actually went here without getting the coordinates and they got stuck down here. And someone put frames here when they weren't supposed to do that. You're about to leave. Make sure you got all the info you need. And then you jump down into the water. And then you come out into another cave. Let me just flip, yep. There you go, kind of decorated this area here. Some more caves. And as you come walking to the end of the cave, there's just this little campsite area here, and you got a bird. Now, no offense to the guy who actually got stuck here. I'm not going to mention him. I thought it was funny. But there was someone who got stuck at this part. And I don't know why. I was laughing at you, man. You gave me a good laugh, and not in a bad way. I'm not trying to tease you. I really am not. It's just funny. And that's why I kind of like these puzzles, because it really made me think, oh, this is cool watching the guy get so confused. So you got to go up the ladder here, and then this is locked. You got to get a password. What is the password, everybody? Can you guess what the password is? It's the guy dead over here. That's the password to get out of here, and he didn't figure that one out. It's just funny as well. Sometimes when you're doing a puzzle, you can overthink like me. And I think if that were me, I think I would have got that. You know, if I didn't make the puzzle, I probably would have got that. But sometimes you overthink things, and you can kind of stumble upon yourself and then make mistakes. That's probably what happened. And then this just goes up to a graveyard near the Dyewood town. So that's the first bit of the mission. What do you guys think? You like that? You like that? Okay. Okay, I hope so. Next part is that we're going to go to this location over here. This is the next part. Make sure you close the doors after. Once you have opened them, go to Dyewood Castle, which is back where we just came from. Find the door on the north wall outside. Okay, so if you go to the door now, without the opening these things with the codes, because there's codes in here, you're not going to be able to open the door on the north wall. You have to figure this one out. The past is the key to open the doors. Right. So this one is Vault, this one is Arthas, and this one is Advar and Anural. You had to remember the names from the first place. They're in exactly the same order in order to open these, and once you've done that, you open them up. Same thing applies. You got to remember that, and that. Now all these words mean the exact same if you guys didn't know. They're all exactly the same. I think it means secret. It's just a different way of saying secret. I googled that, you see. I'm not that smart, guys. Come on. And when I was watching people do this bit, I was a little bit cheeky, I'll be honest with you guys. I was up here spawning in zombies and dropping on their heads. That was funny. That was quite fun to do. But once you got those written down, then you got to go back to the castle, which where you came from. It's kind of a lot of walking. It's what I wanted them to be walking around. And then once you're here, you got to go to the north wall, which is this side. So this was the north wall. Once you get here, the dead can open things. Can you guess what the password is to this door, everybody? Right. The password to this door would be one of those codes that you saw in the grave where we just came from. You have to go through all them, and it's one of them. They're not in order. And then once you figure that out, you open it up and you go into the next section. You go down to some of like more castle things. It's the storage room. It's the exact same storage room you guys saw earlier. This just links up, but these doors are obviously locked. Okay, come on, down here. This just goes back to where we came from. But obviously people can't do that. Only we can, you see. So it kind of makes them feel like, oh, different part of the castle, different area. Now this was introduced a little bit later on, so not everyone actually got to experience this bit. But don't sit on Mark's chair, in quotes. Right, that is the password to this door. The viewing room. You open that door. Here you go. There's RJ's secret room. Don't ask me why there's chairs here. I don't know what she does. I don't judge her for her ways, okay? And you shouldn't either. Don't do it. It's not healthy to plunder on others' fetishes, okay? There you go. So this door is one of the dead people that you came across on the previous place. So you got to figure those codes out, not in order. Go through the next section. And you got a mannequin to scare your ass. Apparently that scared a couple of people. That's also new. And then you got the abandoned east wing, which I thought would confuse people. They would try to put codes in there and stuff. And then you got a Neural's Life of Color, which is the right way. And then you got to the courtyard. That's another entrance. And then you got RJ's shoemaking room, which no one ever got to see, and you never will see it, so shame. Sorry. And once you figure out the code to this one, same thing. It's the dead people in the tomb which you just came from. You go through, shut that door, obviously, because that's one of the rules. Another mannequin to scare you. You jump down. Your last challenge. Again, that door is one of the codes to the dead people. It's quite simple, guys. It really is. I mean, it's not that difficult. Did it all in one night. And then you jump down, and then that's pretty much it. You close that door, go all the way down, and there you go. You've done it. You've completed the challenge, and here's where you buy your paintbrush. The dev paintbrush also put other couple of things that they could buy. Water block, which is quite handy for a lot of people, because instead of using a bucket in survival, you got a water block, which is much easier. And you got a dev respec, which kind of respecs all your your perks that you've learnt in your books. And the concrete terrain, adaptive terrain, and the paintbrush. So that's the reward you got for doing that. And believe it or not, people did get stuck. It wasn't as easy as I showed it, because obviously I know all the codes and I know how it's done. So yeah, what do you guys think of that? Do you guys like that? I might even just do what Cap did at some points as well, and send you guys some missions just like this, and see if you guys can complete this, because I think this is really cool. This brings a whole different view of the game, at least for me. I think it was a lot of fun watching people trying to go through the mazes that I created, and actually when they achieved it, it was like, oh wow, okay, that's smart you are, aren't you? Next time I'll get you. And yeah, so don't share this location, follow this to leave the area, some more mannequins to scare you. Password is Dyewood. This goes out to that door I showed you guys in the beginning. Ta-da! What do you guys think? I love that. I really enjoyed doing that, even though I did it really quickly. I could have done it even better if I took the time. But yeah, that is what that is, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that video. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you do like this, I will show you some more missions that I make in the future. If you are a patron, you will get to experience all these things for yourself. During the time of this recording, the server will be wiped and it'll be over. There'll be a new server and day 1 to start for all the Patreons once again. Bye everybody, I'll check you in the next video.